So in college, I was into Linux, but I didn't know Red Hat at first. I did run Fedora a few times, but then ended up in the Debian and Ubuntu side of things. But I remember one time I knew who Red Hat was, like from the hat, and like Fedora and
Hmm.
this whole thing.
And Shadow Man.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember one time, and I just had a disdain for Windows. I'd gotten that far, right? Like I was like not gonna run Windows. This was 2002, back in the day. And I remember I went to Megamart, which is just a local retail or big box electronics store. And I used to just cruise the software aisles, back when we bought software off the shelf.
In boxes.
And yeah, I would go down like it was right next to my university, and at lunch hour, I'd just go there and cruise, and I'd check out the DVDs and I'd check out the software. And I remember looking at all the Windows, whatever it was, XP probably back then. And then I saw a box, Red Hat Linux, really cool box with a red fedora on it and the Shadow Man, and I knew that this was free software. Like I knew what Red Hat was. I knew what Fedora was. And I'm like, these people are selling something in a box store that's totally free. How cool is that? And I just
Yeah.
loved them. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And I had the utmost like hacker respect for Red Hat ever since. I've just always had good vibes because I'm like, it takes some chutzpah or whatever it's called to just go and
Chutzpah.
put a box to buy. Yeah. In a store where you can just go download it for free. I'm like, maybe they just hope nobody knows that. I don't know who would buy this box, but it's cool and I like it. So I've had a long time respect for Red Hat and still do. They still put out lots of awesome stuff. It's just you see the change, the changes that happen
Yeah.
under circumstances that
Yeah,
we're
and
in, and it just is what it is.
people say that I hate Red Hat. I don't. The reason why I pointed these things out is because I'm like, hold on, like, come back, come back to the light side. This is there's a path and they're diverging this way, and I'm like, come back this way, and I'm willing to forgive. It's going to take a lot more after those two blog posts, after the things that employees have said on, all over the place at this point, after some of the perspective shifts that I see that I would not have dreamt of 5 years ago. But I still want to see them succeed because I mentioned in a couple posts like they're the too big to fail of Linux right now. If they're not backstopped, then maybe proprietary software can make inroads back in on the enterprise.